Have you ever wondered if a relationship can truly heal after trust has been broken? If you're watching this, chances are you or someone you care about has faced one of life's most challenging relationship tests, infidelity. Today, we're diving deep into the complex journey of rebuilding intimacy after betrayal. This isn't about simple advice or quick fixes. Instead, we're exploring the nuanced reality of what it takes to restore connection when it seems almost impossible. The path forward after infidelity isn't straightforward, and that's precisely what makes understanding it so valuable. Many people don't realize that the methods most commonly suggested for healing actually miss crucial elements that determine whether a couple truly recovers or just papers over the cracks. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some couples manage to build something even stronger from the ashes of betrayal, while others find themselves trapped in cycles of pain despite their best efforts. When infidelity enters a relationship, it doesn't just damage trust, it fundamentally alters how two people see each other and themselves. The betrayed partner often experiences a profound identity crisis. Was everything I believed about us a lie? Meanwhile, the partner who's strayed faces their own reckoning. What does this reveal about who I am? Rebuilding intimacy starts with acknowledging this deeper identity disruption that goes far beyond the specific actions of the affair. The first essential element in rebuilding intimacy is creating what therapists call corroborative transparency. This goes deeper than the common advice to just be honest moving forward. Corroborative transparency means developing a shared understanding of what information sharing actually promotes healing rather than causes further harm. For the partner who had the affair, this means offering complete disclosure about the infidelity up front, rather than allowing details to trickle out over time, which research shows creates lasting trauma for the betrayed partner. However, it doesn't mean providing unnecessarily graphic or hurtful details that serve no purpose in healing. For the betrayed partner, collaborative transparency means clearly expressing what information they need to process what happened, while recognizing when certain questions come from a place of self-punishment rather than healing. One couple I worked with established a system where the betrayed partner could ask anything, but would first reflect on whether the answer would genuinely help them move forward. This thoughtful approach to transparency allows couples to rebuild trust without perpetuating pain. What's rarely discussed is how physical intimacy changes after infidelity and how couples navigate this delicate territory. The betrayed partner often experiences what psychologists call body comparison trauma, constantly comparing themselves to be a fair partner and questioning their desirability. Meanwhile, the partner who had the affair may feel ashamed or undeserving of physical connection. Rebuilding physical intimacy requires acknowledging these complex feelings rather than expecting things to naturally return to normal. Successful couples often describe starting almost from scratch, relearning each other's bodies and preferences with a deliberate slowness that feels like dating again. This isn't about spicing things up, but rather creating a completely new physical language between them. One particularly effective approach involves temporarily removing intercourse from the equation and focusing instead on non-sexual touch that rebuilds safety, holding hands, massage, or simply sitting close together without pressure for more. Hey, I really hope you're finding value in this discussion. If you are, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. I create videos exploring the complexities of relationships and personal growth that you won't find in typical advice columns, and I'd love to have you join this community of thoughtful individuals seeking deeper understanding. The third crucial element in rebuilding intimacy is what relationship experts call redemptive storytelling. This means finding a way to integrate the infidelity into your shared narrative without letting it define the entire relationship. Most couples make one of two mistakes. Either they try to just move on and never speak of the affair again, or they allow it to become the central defining story of their relationship where everything is viewed through the lens of betrayal. Redemptive storytelling means acknowledging the reality of what happened while also recognizing the complexity of human relationships. It means being able to say, yes, this painful thing happened, and it revealed serious problems in our relationship, but it's not the entire truth of who we are together. Couples who successfully recover often describe reaching a point where they can acknowledge the affair as a tragic chapter in their story without it eclipsing the whole book. One particularly powerful technique involves each partner writing their own narrative of the relationship, not just the affair, but the complete journey from the beginning. When they share these stories, they often discover profound differences in how they've experienced the same relationship. This exercise helps couples develop empathy and creates space for a new, shared story to emerge that honors both perspectives. What's rarely addressed in discussions about infidelity recovery is the role of what psychologists call post-traumatic growth. While infidelity creates genuine trauma for the betrayed partner, trauma research shows that some people experience profound positive transformation through the recovery process. The key distinction is whether couples use the crisis as a catalyst for authentic change rather than simply trying to restore what existed before. Successful recovery often involves completely reimagining the relationship rather than trying to rebuild the old one. This means establishing new rituals, new ways of communicating, and sometimes even renegotiating basic assumptions about the relationship that were never explicitly discussed before. One couple I worked with described their recovery process as building relationship 2.0, an entirely new connection built on a more honest foundation than what came before. This process requires brutal honesty about what wasn't working in the relationship prior to the affair. While this in no way justifies the betrayal, understanding the relationship vulnerabilities that existed helps create a roadmap for building something stronger. The partner who had the affair must take full responsibility for their choices, while both partners examine how they contributed to disconnection. Perhaps the most challenging aspect of rebuilding intimacy after infidelity is finding forgiveness that's neither forced nor forgotten. True forgiveness isn't about pretending the affair didn't happen or that it wasn't devastating. Rather, it's about making a conscious choice not to allow the betrayal to determine the future of the relationship. This kind of forgiveness doesn't happen in a single moment. It's an ongoing process that ebbs and flows. What helps make forgiveness possible is witnessing genuine remorse and consistent changed behavior from the partner who had the affair. Not just apologies, but a deep reckoning with the pain they caused and tangible evidence that they're building a different way of being in the relationship. For the betrayed partner, forgiveness becomes possible when they can hold two truths simultaneously: that they experience genuine trauma and that their partner is more than the worst thing they've done. The reality is that not all relationships should or can be saved after infidelity. The decision to stay and rebuild or to end the relationship is deeply personal. What matters most is that the choice comes from a place of clarity rather than fear or obligation. Some betrayals are truly deal breakers, while others become, through tremendous work and commitment, turning points towards something more authentic. If you found this exploration helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you experienced the challenge of rebuilding trust after betrayal? What helped or hindered your healing process? Every relationship journey is unique, and your perspective adds valuable dimension to this conversation. And if you appreciate content that goes beyond surface-level relationship advice, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more in-depth discussions of life's most meaningful challenges. Also, check out the description box below for ways to support the channel so we can continue creating content that addresses the realities of relationships with nuance and depth. Remember, healing from infidelity isn't about erasing what happened, but about writing a new chapter together, one where both people feel truly seen, heard, and chosen, perhaps for the first time. Whether that chapter includes continuing the relationship or finding health and wholeness separately, the work of honest reckoning is never wasted. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of one of relationships' most difficult territories.